Topdanmark is a pure-play non-life insurance company with the classical insurance products off the shelf, so car insurance, home insurance, etc. Prior to actually looking into a new solution, we were using some of the very basic analog tools, so spreadsheets, PowerPoint, SharePoints, and that's the reason why we went into ServiceNow, was to get transparency, more efficiency into the process around risk management. Had we not gone into ServiceNow, there was a high likelihood that we were going to be impacted on several means. So from a regulatory perspective, we would be in a risk of not being able to meet those ends. I think from a customer perspective, there are expectations that we do have things in control. And I think from an employee perspective, we were in a situation where there's so much that we need to do on a daily basis, so we couldn't afford to not be efficient in the way that we are working with risk management. We chose ServiceNow for several reasons. First of all, it's a top-tier solution. We had already ServiceNow, so per design it was a logical next step for us to do in order to have an integrated setup. And we have in-house knowledge on actually extending the solution, but also continuously managing and having control over the solution. At the moment, we are using it for compliance and risk management. We are using the workspaces. We are also using the Employee Service Center. So we are using all of the ways that ServiceNow provides you access and user interfaces to the solution and the data. For now, the solution is being used in the IT space. So we are using it for technology risks, cyber risks. We have on the roadmap to extend it to cover all types of risks throughout the organization. So some of the surprise benefits that we weren't expecting was that some of the departments in our organization, when they saw that we in IT were using it for risk and compliance, they were really eager to actually also jump onto the platform. One of the reasons why we went into a solution like ServiceNow is that there is a fantastic data model, and in order to leverage that data model, we obviously need to provide input into it, and this is where indicators is a really important element. We use it for risk indicators, but we also use it on our controls, and we are also working with it both in a manual but also in an automated way. We get real-life data on the status of things. I would say especially around the automation of indicators is where we see a lot of efficiency. We already have the information, and by automating things we can save a lot of man hours. So it's a fantastic addition to both reporting but also to efficiency in our team and around the organization. Topdanmark is under heavy regulation from the European Union. We have things that are industry specific, so that is the Digital Operational Resiliency Act. We have other things like GDPR, which we are spending a lot of time on actually making sure that we are complying with. And here ServiceNow is a fantastic tool to actually track it and make sure that we are compliant. We are using ServiceNow for our policy and compliance setup. So all of our information security policies are in the tool. We have them available to anyone through our portal, and we track everything that we are doing from the control objectives to the policies, so we know on a daily basis where are we on a compliance but also on a governance point of view. We are using reports in ServiceNow to report to the board and other management leaders. Historically, when we were doing reports, there was a delay of maybe 1 to 2 weeks where we were gathering all the information before we can report. We can do that now in an instant. We can report to anyone in any format that they want. All of the regulations that we need to comply with, we have a status on where we are, and we understand where we have some of the pain points and what are the root causes for that. Whenever decisions are made, we have a data foundation to make a conscious decision on where we are allocating money for improving our risk area. The next step for us is going into third-party risk management. We're going to implement this in the next quarter. We are also going to implement vulnerability response, which is a whole new area for us as well.